Welcome to, gosh, it's Friday. This week has flown by and it is driving me crazy. We did not get it all done this week. I have so many announcements to make. So today, we are not going to have any guests. We are just going to get through the day and share the events happening, the events that have happened, the updates on power. Do you know that 500 people still do not have power in Gilmer County? The surrounding areas, $50 million in damages over the state of Georgia, 6 deaths. It has been a very strange week, and today, Ange, my hip hurts.
And my knee hurts.
Uh-oh, y'all, we're in for another weekend. Anytime the barometric me and the barometric her say it's going to do something, it might do something. Because
we're better than the almanac, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's not age, because she's young and I'm old, so there you go. But I could feel about midnight last night this coming on, and whatever is in the air, I don't know that I'm happy with it.
All that yellow gunk I've been breathing in.
I was driving this beautiful black Tahoe. This black Tahoe is now slime green because it's just like, yuck, it's yellow. It is yellow. I love a good laugh. And I love a good laugh, and every once in a while you need a really, really good laugh. Well, on April 22nd, a new movie is going to release, and I have it on good authority that the local theater here has good popcorn. Now, you know when you walk into a theater and you go, I gotta have some of that popcorn with butter all over, and you're sitting in your seat and you're just slamming. Everybody needs a good laugh. Find yourself a humorous movie.
So what's the movie?
It's Tyler Perry, and Miss Hannah, help me with the name of it. It is Mama's Family. Now this is, it's a dysfunctional family. Imagine that. Do y'all know any dysfunctional?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, imagine a dysfunctional family, and they go on Jerry Springer. They cannot figure out what to say about each other because half of them don't speak to each other. Can you imagine a family like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could too.
I know a few.
And then Medea decides she's going to get them together.
We actually just watched Medea's family reunion.
She's going to make them. Well, Meet the Browns is my favorite, my absolute favorite. And the lady who plays the girl Brenda, the star of this movie, Meet the Browns, also plays Miss Tina Turner in a very, very good movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? So Tyler Perry, if you don't know his story, 28 years old, homeless, living on the streets, had nothing. Today, one of the most amazing, successful men in the world. And the thing I love about this man, he is a giver back kind of guy.
Good.
He chooses families to help. He chooses organizations to help. He is a family kind of give it back, find a mom who's probably struggling, working a couple of jobs, got a couple of kids wanting to go to college. I mean, he will step in. He is amazing, but he remains one of the funniest people in the industry today. Can't wait till April 22nd. And Miss Hannah, please, please, please get this movie. It is going to be, everybody needs a good laugh, and it will be laughing hysterical.
I'll tell you a movie that'll make you laugh, and even grown-ups, because I was kind of skeptical about going to see it, but last weekend when Hop opened, Cooter asked me to go. She was taking her little grandson, Chris, and I was like, I don't know, that's a kid's movie.
It is a...
I rolled laughing. That is the cutest movie. Right now, it's #1. You know, and every time I see a preview of it now, I just think about how funny that movie is. And she kind of had to drag me there, but it's one of those I'm so glad that I went. So I recommend it for even adults. It's a really funny movie.
And laughter is the greatest medicine of all.
I'll tell you
is
what
a great
we laughed
medicine.
about. Chris Childers was telling us at work the other day, go to YouTube and pull up Family Feud's Stupidest Answers.
Oh my gosh, we did that.
If you want to sit and laugh your tail off until your stomach hurts, start pulling up those old, just all the old game shows. The Newlywed Game, they had some really funny answers. You know, Family Feud, there was some on there, like what month does a woman begin to show her pregnancy? And the lady goes, September.
You're like, huh?
Okay, cool. What is an animal that's got 3 letters in its name? Alligator? You know? And his reaction is just hysterical. He's just like, I can't believe, how did you get on this show?
Yeah.
You know, it
The
is
old
funny,
TV,
funny.
the old TV is nostalgic. It brings back memories. We always watch the Waltons, Little House on the Prairie.
We've been watching all those old
the
shows
Jeffersons,
lately.
the Jeffersons, Archie
Good
Bunker.
times.
Yeah, we watch all those old things, and I think we're all going back to the fun, good times in our life.
Clean TV for
Yes,
one thing.
absolutely.
You know, I either watch
Absolutely.
medical shows or old shows. And that's it.
That's it. A lot of the new stuff is more, I'm just like, what? I can't believe they said
I'm
that.
not
I
into
can't believe they
these
did that.
housewives fighting and all this drama stuff, I'll just
No,
say.
no.
I just don't get into those kind of reality shows. I would rather laugh or see something that is going to teach me something.
Now, one thing
You know.
I haven't seen yet, and I want to watch this, it's a program about millionaires who live
Yes.
on the street
Yes.
and give back, and that's what made me think about Tyler Perry. He didn't have to. When he made all the mega gazillions of dollars and he has the big house down in Atlanta and he yada, 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 he didn't have to give back. But this young man, see this? What's that say?
When you get there, remember where you came from.
Tyler Perry, this should be his slogan. When he got there, he remembers exactly where he came from. And he gives back, gives back, gives back. And on the new Millionaire Show, where people give, they choose a worthy, whether it's a soup kitchen or a mom who may be really, really struggling, or a dad who lost his job and can't provide for his family. I mean, it is amazing what givers we have in this world. Now, we also have some takers, and the takers are a whole new ballgame, and there are people who will take advantage of you, and we have seen, and this just cracks me up, when you're at the lowest point in your life, your home has been hit by a storm, you have a tree laying on it, and some unscrupulous business person comes and gets your insurance check and leaves with it. This was all over the news last night.
Yes.
Now, my son-in-law is a roofer, and he doesn't get paid until the job is done. And I said, when I saw these people on television, the lady said, I gave him my $7,000 insurance check and he never came back. And I'm like, hello, lady, does the light not go off? You get the work done, and then you pay for the job. And I thought they showed this guy had been scamming people. In a time, your home has been destroyed, you have a tree through your car, and you're standing there scratching your head crying, and unscrupulous people may take advantage of you. So try not to do business with people who you don't, number one, local businesses.
Yes.
You know, keep it local. If
That
a
way
guy,
you can hunt them down and get
yeah.
them.
If a guy pulls up and says, I see your roof's damaged, and you look and he has New Jersey plates, you probably don't want to get him to fix your roof. But it is happening all over the metro area. I haven't heard of any scams up here yet. So, but guys, be cautious. And this is a time, I don't want to call them ambulance chasers, they're kind of roof chasers, but they will look for homes with damage, and they will show up. Many, many times these are reputable people who will give you a business card, and you look and it says 25 years experience, Jasper, Georgia. Well, that's a sure sign that you can find that guy. But if it says, well, there's...
Ask for references if you have
Ask for
a doubt.
references, yeah. Yeah, but last night when I saw this poor lady was living in a double wide, in a nice mobile home with a porch built onto it, and she's standing there in tears because she gave this dude $7,000, and he didn't come back, and he didn't do the first bit of work. So
If she's like me, she can't find $7,000.
no, y'all be cautious, and if people do come and want to do repairs for you, please, you know, check them out. Check them out, because there are a lot of people out of work right now who will work and do a good job. They will show up when they say they will. Unlike this gentleman who now they're having to chase down. And his attorney said last night he will probably turn himself in. And I'm like, oh, please turn him in. You ought to shoot him in the rear. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So y'all don't get taken advantage of. This is a time, this is awful, but on a Saturday I needed a plumber like 18 years ago. And I had this little teeny leak, but it was getting on my nerves. So I called a plumber out. He did the little teeny job. He handed me a bill for $735. I never forgot the name of that company, nor did I ever forget that if you call a plumber on Saturday, you say, sir, what are your Saturday hours? And what are your Saturday rates? Because I almost died. I mean, literally, it was a little tiny pipe about this long that had to be replaced. And it had to have a little soldering, seems like, on it. $735, and I'm going, Bubba, I worked 3 weeks to make. I worked 3 weeks to make $735.
Right.
But please be cautious. Right now, there will be some people taking advantage of folks. And that's a sad, sad thing. So don't let it happen to you. And get references, you know, and check them out if they say, well, I did so-and-so's roof. Go look at that roof, you know.
And in a small community, you can ask probably 5 people, and of your 5 friends, somebody's going to know of somebody that's used this person or heard of this person.
Right. And that's the thing, be cautious, because when I saw this lady last night, I thought, what are her chances of getting, she can't go to the bank and get $7,000 more dollars. I mean, you know, it's going to be a struggle for her, and this was her insurance check.
Right now, it'd be hard for me to even go buy a tarp big enough. I mean, you know, I mean.
Speaking of, the Rowlands have had a tarp on their house 2 weeks now because of the first storm that came through. So y'all be cautious. We have more storms, they said, coming in this weekend. I don't think it's going to be nearly as bad. No. But think about the people here in Gilmer County who have not had electricity since Monday night.
Yes.
Since Monday night. So that is really, really tough.
And think about all the stuff they lose in their refrigerators.
Oh, and,
yeah. You know, just surviving. It's just terrible.
And an ice chest will not do it in a refrigerator. No. Now, you've got a GAHA event we want to talk about, but let's do the birthdays right quick.
We have got April Stanfield on April the 9th. From Gary Sutton. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we've got Miss Wileen Payne, April 9th, 90 years young. Happy birthday. And this is from Lorene Nelson.
There you go.
Happy birthday to you.
And we want to remind y'all, we talked about Debbie Rooker. She has been at the Burnt Mountain Center now 30 years, celebrating 30 years. And it says there was going to be a reception for her at noon. Doesn't tell me what date, so I don't know what day. This was on 4/5, so I don't know. There must have already been a reception, but I just got the message this morning. So anyway, okay, we have got the Mount Zion. Pastor Ben Mock is going to come and promote something that's going to happen at Mount Zion. I'm going to give you a heads up. It's going to be Brian Free and Assurance. Now, great, great group. And they will be at Mount Zion on April 17th. Mount Zion is one of those churches that has plenty of seating, so y'all come and be with them, and he'll be on to talk about that. And we met some ladies this week that I think you're going to get a T-shirt out of this deal.
Okay.
And I'm going to give them a DVD out of this deal. We're going to do a little horse trading. The benefit is for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And the one lady, and I kind of figured it up in my head, she said she'd been married 50 years. If she got married around 21, that makes her over 70. And I may be wrong. She may have got married at 10. I don't know. But it was, I looked at her and I thought she's at least in her 70s, and she's going to hike the Grand Canyon.
Holy cow.
She is battling lymphoma, and she made up her mind. She's going to hike the Grand Canyon. So this event will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. at Panorama Farm Market out here just on 515. $10 for great music and a great time. Come hungry, because there will be hot dogs, chips, fried pies. Y'all know these fried apple pies around here to die for. And drinks. A donation is requested. There will be music, and the music will start at 7 and go until around 11. So please go by and support these two ladies. And this is Sarah Stembridge and Carol Stembridge, and they were mom and daughter who were here on the show the other day, and they happened to have this purple shirt. And I said, my daughter would love that shirt. And it says Digging for a Cure. So, so there you go. And we also have, what else is going on? Okay, tonight, Friday, April the 8th, Sherlock Holmes. What do you think he could find? This is going to be at GAHA, 207 Dalton Street. Tickets are $15. You need to RSVP to GAHA at 706-635-5605, and it will include a meal. And the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes are one of those things. If you enjoyed that as a child, you will enjoy this event tonight, 706-635-5605. Okay, this is next week. Y'all have enjoyed some really, really good cooking up in Blue Ridge. The Taste of Blue Ridge to benefit the Humane Society.
Very important.
I didn't want you to listen to this because I figured you'd drag them dogs out me if they're walking them dogs around.
No, they'd walk me.
Yeah, they do. To benefit the Humane Society, this is April 16th from 5 to 8, and this is going to be High Country Events, 13 Trackside Lane. We went through Blue Ridge last night in the motorhome. That is the sweetest little town. I love it. And it looks to me like the train expects a huge, huge crowd on Easter.
Wow.
Because there are tons and tons of train cars sitting there ready. Now, for more information on this, call 706-632-5224. All right, every week we give away a birthday cake, and I want to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Ingles in East LJ, Walmart in East LJ, Food Line LJ, Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, Dairy Queen in Jasper. There you go. That covers everybody, and we hope to soon add Deb's Bakery back to this because they are up and at 'em again.
They sure are.
Now, last week there was a big auction down in Jasper, and a whole bunch of stuff sold, but nothing more than a whole bunch of barbecue.
Yes.
Some of the best barbecue in the world.
And I have heard from a lot of people
They love
how
the
they
barbecue.
love Sue
love
and Walter
barbecue.
Taylor's barbecue. They're like, when you can eat it and it don't even need sauce, it's good.
That's good barbecue. That's good barbecue. They will be up at Blue Ridge at the farmers market. And I don't have the details on it yet, but we'll get it. But there will be another auction held in the same location. I believe it's April 23rd. This is the remaining of the Janie Whitfield estate.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you about Janie Whitfield. Y'all knew her, you loved her. You talk about somebody who loved animals.
Yes.
She gave so much money and so much time to Pickens Animal Rescue.
Yes,
she was an amazing, amazing lady.
She's an angel to them.
The rest of her property and everything that's left is actually going to be in our building, and it will be auctioned off on April the 23rd. If you like books, if you like reading, if you like unusual books, there's about a van load of books. So we got books and books and books and books and more books. But you can check that out. The auction will be on April 23rd, and I believe it is going to begin at 9 o'clock that day too. So for more information, call Chris Childers at 770-855-0768 or Greg Childers 404-290-4955. And tonight at midnight, there may be some people out of work. There may be a lot of people out of work. They may be slicing and dicing the government tonight. But I want to read a little bit of the message from Tom Graves. Tom and his family live on their farm in Ranger, Georgia. He was born in St. Petersburg, Florida. Tom spent his early years in White, Georgia. He is a local country boy and later attended and graduated from the University of Georgia with a BBA in finance. Finance. Did y'all hear that word? He graduated from college with a degree in finance. That means he knows where to cut spending. He is working very, very hard to cut spending. He and his wife Julie have 3 children. They are active members of Belmont Baptist Church in Calhoun. Now, he needs your support. He needs your phone calls. He needs your support. He needs you to tell him that they're doing a good job. The biggest thing is tonight at midnight, they may have to shut the government down, and part of the government may be out of work for a while. About 15 years ago, part of the government was out of work. Did it teach us anything? Did we learn anything from it? I don't know. But I can tell you, I've been doing some of that slicing and dicing. You do whatever you have to.
Yes, you do.
You do whatever you have to shave it off the top and to start recovery. And I think that is the thing the government is looking at. We're going to recover. We're going to get better. We're going to come out of this. But in order to do that, you got to slice, dice, chop, and cover. And that means sometimes somebody's out of there. You look at jobs that are double doing. You know, if you have 2 different departments, 2 different places that are doing the same job and they're turning the paperwork in and it says, well, you said so-and-so and you said so-and-so. Maybe we should combine y'all and make one effort. So I think tonight you will see what the United States government is made of. It's a little bit scary. I think Social Security checks will go out as planned.
They're supposed to.
The military checks will go out as planned. No?
No, there was a military wife on TV today.
I thought that they said they got that straightened out.
She said this morning.
Oh, no.
She said, how is my husband supposed to be on the front line fighting a war, worrying about his wife and children, and how are we going to eat because he's not going to get a check?
Oh, wow.
And how mentally it's going to affect them and their ability to fight because they're going to be worried about their families at home. Yeah.
Well, I thought last night they found that straightened out.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So pray for the government. Just get together and say a prayer for the government.
Are you going to vote for Donald Trump if he runs?
I like Donald Trump's attitude because he's kind of shoot him and take no hostages kind of guy. I kind of like him.
And you know he's fallen before.
Honey, he's been bankrupt before.
Yeah.
He was about as bankrupt as you can get.
And to me, with as crooked as so many politicians are now.
Don't say that about these wonderful people. Yeah. Okay,
some of them are. I mean, we know this, right? I speak the truth here.
Yeah.
I'd almost vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think he is creating
You
some
know?
interest. It's going to be an unusual election because
It's a strange idea. But look at the multi-million-dollar companies the man runs successfully.
And he came back from zero.
Surely to goodness he could run the country as much, as he has his hands in. And
I like his take charge attitude. Yeah, I like his take charge attitude. And you know what?
He takes prisoners.
I don't know if he is a Republican, Democrat, independent, libertarian. I have no idea, but I liked his ideas. So there you go.
I thought at first when I saw it, I thought it's a joke or a
But you know,
prank
I'm a kind of a Mitt Romney, Tom Graves kind of girl. I like those two guys. If they combined, I think we would have what we need. It scares me that we have to get to a point, though, that we're going to lay off part of the government. We've got to cut back. We've got to do whatever.
Yes.
You know, we are operating a whole lot leaner than we've ever operated in 32 years of doing business.
What's wrong with them taking some pay cuts? They make so much money.
Right. It's scary, but we hope that you will write your congressmen, write your senators, tell them you support them if they are taking care of our money. And I think that's the big thing.
Right.
And don't support them if they are frivolously spending the money.
Yes.
And that kind of turns the tide. If you send the frivolous boys home, then things will change. Things will change.
We need to write letters to somebody to make sure our military is paid.
That's exactly right. So if you have military out there, thank you very, very much. You know, Danny Hensley's son is up doing basic training.
Really?
Do you know what that boy's going to come home looking like? He's going to be like his daddy, that tough steel, big muscles and rocks.
Nothing but muscle.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for this young man who looked for a job.
What branch did he go to?
Army.
Cool.
And he's up at Fort Knox. So he will be coming home soon for an extended stay, and then off he'll go. So, and we hope he will get a paycheck. We're going to take a break right now. We're going to go to our community calendar, our sponsors, my buddy Rich Scott. And we're going to play a very, very special song today. It's called I Want to Walk the Last Mile with You. And I'm going to send this out. This is in honor of, and I'm dedicating it to all my friends who have been married over 60 years. I've heard from so many of y'all. You have blown my mind. Over 60 years happily married. And this song goes out to every single couple, every one of you. I can think of 4 names right now, but if I name them, I'll miss somebody. So every single couple I know that is celebrating 60 or more years anniversary, I want you to sit back, hold his hand, and listen to this song by Jeanette Cook. It is called I Want to Walk the Last Mile with You. Doesn't matter if it's this mile, the last mile, or the many, many miles you've traveled together, the great memories. I know that it is amazing to you. But over 60 years, guys, this one will go out to you today. We'll be back shortly.
A home for our little one. We've known happiness and we've known some sadness too. We walked in the sunshine, we fought the stormy weather, and I hope we walked the last mile. We can see the promised way. we walked the last mile together. I remember when you first said I love you. I didn't know that a love could be so strong. And today I find you're still mine, so let come and go whatever. And I hope we walk the last mile together. I hope we walk the last mile together, hand in hand. We can see the promised land. We've been through a lot of bad times, but our love is forever. And I hope we walk the last mile together. And I hope we walk the last mile together.
Okay, everybody always talks about my makeup, and we call it Cherie Stay Makeup. Bill Sinyard actually named it Cherie Stay Makeup. I have porcelain-colored skin. I've never had a tan in my life.
And I inherited it, thanks.
Yes, I've had some huge, huge sunburns, though. And from those sunburns, I have had skin cancer. Last night, a lady came up to me at the Fannin Healthy Woman event, and she had stitches here. And I said, "Oh, you've had skin cancer?" She said, "I have." Many of you older ladies used to garden a lot. Everybody grew what they ate. And from that gardening, many of you ended up with skin cancer. We're welcoming Dr. Faulk today, who's going to talk about, number one, precaution. Number two, early diagnosis. If you see something that doesn't seem just right, if you feel something on your skin that doesn't feel just right, get yourself to a dermatologist. Now, as a dermatologist, do you ever recommend the sun for anybody?
We would like for people to be able to go outside and have a good time, but it's real important to avoid the sun, the midday sun, particularly during the summertime. So I recommend that you don't go out after about 10:30 in the morning and go back out maybe about 3:30 or 4 where you don't have the intense sun rays during the middle of the day. So you can still go out and have fun and enjoy the spring and summer weather, but you just want to take some other precautions as well, such as wearing sunscreens, at least an SPF of 15 or 30, and you really want to reapply them about every 2 to 3 hours because they can wash and wear off. But we definitely still say you can go out and have fun. You just want to be very cautious.
You know, I've seen so many older gentlemen with skin cancers on their arms. What about wearing long sleeves?
That can be very helpful too. If you're going to be out, you have an occupation where you have to be outside, we definitely recommend wearing longer sleeves, wearing a hat with a brim, and then reapplying that sunscreen every 2 to 3 hours. Most of the damage is done by the time you're 20 years old. So, you know, for a lot of folks, the damage is there. We can't undo that, but for the younger folks, we definitely recommend wearing sunscreens, you know, avoiding the tanning beds. That can lead to a lot of problems later.
Okay, you just made somebody mad because somebody out there makes a living with a tanning bed.
Right.
Okay.
And I love a tanning bed.
She loves the way it makes her bones feel. You know, she was like a tanning bed addict, I guess, because of the heat and how it made her bones feel. Is there a time that they are safe?
Not really, and the reason why it makes you feel so good is the ultraviolet rays are penetrating deep into the skin.
Yes.
And that's why it feels good, but it also is causing damage that you're not going to see now, but you're probably going to see maybe 10 or 15 years
See,
down
I'm
the road.
extremely cold-natured and I have arthritis.
Right.
And it makes my body feel so good. I love that heat, and I get in the strongest bed.
Right.
You know, and stay
He's going to
15
slap you
minutes.
before this day's over.
I mean, but I love the heat.
Yeah.
You know, I could just, I could
Get
crawl
under
in
an
an oven.
electric blanket.
You
It's
know?
not going to hurt you.
Get you a Snuggie.
Okay, we talked about sun worshipers
Right.
who at 40 are gorgeous. They look so beautiful. And at 60, they look so bad. what does it do to you that can't be corrected? Because I've seen some ladies who are at 40, I remember thinking, my God, that's the most beautiful woman I ever saw in my life. She's got this perfect tan, da, 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 da. And at 60, I saw them, I'm going, oh, Lord have mercy.
It definitely changes your skin. The sun damages the collagen and the elastin in the dermis of the skin, and that makes you lose your elasticity. And so that's where you get the sagging features and also
I wondered about that.
Yeah, so it's great not to be out there and get the sun, but not only because of skin cancer, but your facial features will definitely change dramatically, not for the best, for the worse over time.
Okay, early detection. How would you hate to run to the doctor every time you see a little teeny. When do you become alarmed?
Well, I tell my patients to look for, well, let's go over the 3 cancers. There's basal cell cancer, which is the most common skin cancer. It's the least dangerous. It usually will present as a small bump. It could be like a little pimple on your face. If it's on the trunk or arms, it may be a little red patch of skin, and it just doesn't heal. It would grow, it would bleed, it might ulcerate, get sore. So I tell my patients, if something doesn't disappear after about a month to 6 weeks, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on. Squamous cell carcinoma is the second most common skin cancer. It usually is a red, scaly patch of skin.
That's what I've had.
Yes, ma'am. And it's the second most, it's closer to basal cell as far as the danger factor. They can spread inside, rarely. I've only seen a few cases of that in my 17 years of practice, fortunately, but sometimes they're kind of out of the barn before you realize it. But those two are the more easy to treat. You just cut them out and you're basically done. Melanoma is the one that we really want to catch early because it is totally curable if it's caught early. If it's caught too late, it definitely can be deadly and kill you. It can spread to the lymph nodes, bone, lungs, brain, and can be deadly.
Melanoma is a word, I don't think I heard it 20 years ago. Why all of a sudden is it in the forefront? Because I know right now probably 5 people with melanoma.
We're just seeing a huge increase in the rate of melanoma because of the sun that people have been getting over the past couple of generations. 3 or 4 generations before, they'd have a hat on, they'd have a shirt with a collar, up to their neck, long sleeves, wearing pants. And the last couple of generations, people are out in shorts and bikinis and bathing suits a lot of the time, and they're getting a lot of that damage. So we're seeing an increase in the rate of melanoma. Fortunately, we're catching it earlier so that most people are going on to live a normal life and not experience the bad side of it. And as far as melanoma, what you want to look for is any new dark spot or any mold that changes in symmetry, appearance, color. A lot of my patients come in because they're worried about a mold that's become raised. And most times, moles that are raised, it's just a natural evolution of the process of the way moles develop. So raised moles usually are not as big a factor as flat, dark moles. So that's what we're looking at. Yep.
Okay.
So.
Okay, let me ask you about something. My grandmother had these, and then I got them. So I guess that means I'm becoming my grandmother instead of my mother. Why do skin tags appear?
They're basically genetic, so they do tend to run in some families, and so some families get a lot of them. They appear usually around the neck, under the arms. Everybody probably gets at least one, is what I tell my patients.
They kind of scare you because when they first start popping up, you're like, oh, I've got a cancer on
I've
me.
had them before, and I've had them taken off.
Very easy to remove.
Yeah.
They're not dangerous. You may get more as time goes by. I tell patients good news, they're not dangerous. Bad news, you may get more as time goes by. So everyone gets at least one in a lifetime. Some families, depending on their genetics, they get more.
Right.
A lot more.
So far, I've decided my genetics stink because, I can't get a tan. I always burned. If you look at our family, we have this, everybody was overweight kind of deal. I mean, I got the worst genetics in the world. How big a part does genetics play in the cancers that you diagnose?
A pretty big role because we definitely see more, if you have someone that's more olive complected and having the same amount of sun as someone that's fair skin, unfortunately that fair skinned individual is at much bigger risk of developing skin cancer. So, fair skin, blue eyes, much more risky before you get that sun.
What about those beautiful blondes that naturally tanned who lived in Florida or whatever, or just naturally were out in the sun? Do they have a greater chance than I do? Because they were out in the sun more, but I burned those few times I went out, I would get the worst sunburns. So is it that at 13, I got a sunburn that I ended up with sun poisoning? Does that lead to skin cancer?
Both things are not good. The chronic slow tanning is not good. That leads more probably to basal cells and squamous cells appearing. We think, although it's not totally proved, that sunburns may increase your risk for melanoma. And so both things are not good. You know, so that people say, well, I just went out for a few minutes here and there. That gradual buildup of sun damage over the years is what generally leads to basal cell or squamous cell carcinoma formation. So both things aren't good for you.
Okay, more men or women diagnosed with skin cancer?
Actually, more in women. Both rates are going up, but we're seeing it more in women. It may once again have to do with the bad word tanning beds.
Okay. All right. As a dermatologist, are there other things you treat eczema?
Right.
Psoriasis?
Right. See a lot of patients with eczema and psoriasis, particularly during the winter time. Treat a lot of teenagers for acne, wart treatment. Adults have rosacea, which is an adult form of acne. We treat that, and probably the biggest part is doing full body exams to check and make sure there's not something that you can't see, like on your back or the back of the legs. In women, melanoma most commonly is found on the torso. And in men, a lot of times it's either the torso or the legs. So the other area people don't think about looking at is the bottom of their feet. And generally, if a melanoma is found on the bottom of the foot, it's found too late. And so that you always want to check the bottom of your feet.
How can you get on the bottom of your feet when your feet are not exposed to sun?
Well, moles are made of the melanocytes, which are the pigment cells, and they're everywhere in the skin, basically. So you've actually got them on the palms and the soles, and we'll really...
I think that was what she showed me. Seems like she said she had a little spot on the palm of her hand, and I thought, you're kidding me.
Right, right.
I have never heard of that, especially on the bottom of the feet.
And you also have pigment cells in the back of your eye, the retina, so you can have melanoma develop in the eye.
Wow.
Really?
The tympanic membrane of the ear. So there are other areas that people just don't think about. Also in the mouth, you've got pigment cells in the mouth as well. So, fortunately, we are catching it usually early, and if you catch it early, it's got about a 98% cure rate. But we are seeing 1 in 5 Americans are going to develop a skin cancer at some point in their life, and at this point, 1 patient is dying every hour from melanoma, basically.
Wow. Really? Okay, how do folks get in touch with you? I know Piedmont Mountainside brought you in a few years ago.
Right. I have my own solo practice, Georgia Mountain Dermatology, is off of Highway 515 between Sackett's and the racetrack gas station. So we're real close to LJ, and been there about 3 years now. And we're happy to see anyone from children to adults.
Now, if you had seen me as a patient and I needed Mohs surgery, you would send me down the road.
Right, right. We don't have one in the area at this point, so we have several in the Marietta area that we recommend, and we coordinate with them for that. Mohs is a great procedure and is used for certain situations, particularly if cancer is like on the eyelids or the nose or the lips, where you want to conserve normal tissue. Most skin cancers, general dermatologists can handle. So like if it were on your forehead or cheek or arm, back, we just do a little excision and sew it up. So Mohs is used for special situations.
Can you do that in the office?
Yes, we sure can, just under local, so it's very safe.
Okay.
I had, out of the 5 procedures I had, very, very little scarring. I was very, very fortunate, but I had Mohs on every single spot.
Right.
I didn't know what they were sending me into, and then afterwards, when I get out of there, they hand me the picture, and I realized they went deep and they went wide. But the scars did very, very well.
Right. Well, we as dermatologists we're trained really well during residency how to close up the skin and make it look really good. And the face is wonderful. It's a very forgiving area as far as scar formation. Now, there are other areas that aren't. You see people with heart surgeries and they've got thick scars, or knee surgeries and some of them have thick scars. That has a lot to do with the tension from your movements and muscles. And here, the face, we don't have a lot of strong muscles, so it usually heals really well. So we can really hide the scars and wrinkles very well.
Next time I go, I've had one on both sides, I've had one up here. If I go, I'm going to say, can you tighten it up just a little bit while you're there?
Got to level it out.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what days? You don't practice on Friday because you're always with us on a Friday.
I'm off on Fridays, but we're there Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
So.
Do you have a nurse who's local?
Yes, one of my nurses lives in the Hinton area, and the other nurse is right in Canton, right off the Riverstone Parkway.
Okay, all right.
And
people like those familiar faces. I'm sorry, but that's the way we are. That's the way we are. We want to see you hiring local girls.
Yep,
so
and my front office person is from Waleska. So anyway, I have a few that actually drive all the way up from Marietta that I used to work with, and they followed me to this practice. So, so we're still a very small practice, but we like to take care of folks and make them feel like family. So.
I think you actually saw Freddie's mom, and she had a place on her back, and she was really, really worried about it. And that is one of those things, if you feel uncomfortable and you feel something, get it checked out.
Right.
And ease your, calm yourself down, because it can make you very, very nervous.
Right, right.
And it's one of those things, it can be a simple answer and a quick fix, or it can be absolutely nothing at all.
I have a lot of patients come in and I tell them that's totally normal spots and they don't have to have anything done. And then if we're not sure what it is, we can do a biopsy, which is not a big deal. You feel just a little stinging as we numb it for a second. It takes me a minute or less than a minute to do the biopsy and put a little Band-Aid, and you're off and ready to go.
Simple fix.
Yes,
there you
ma'am.
go.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be time to do something we don't like to do. We're going to have to wrap it up for today. We're going to give you a little more information on events that are happening in your area. And remember, if you have birthdays, please call us, because we'll be doing the birthday drawing in just a few minutes. And the cake today is, we're going to have to change that, because that place is not with us anymore. They actually closed their doors. So that's a sad thing. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you're looking at two girls who love picnics, and we have learned to take a simple trip around the area where we live, anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, and take just a little time and have a picnic. There's going to be a wonderful picnic here, Picnic by the River, Saturday, April the 30th. Gates open at 6. Owl Creek Band, and this is, as always, to benefit Gilmer Arts and Heritage. For more information, call 706-635-5605. You can reserve a table and bring your friends, or just $10 for non-members. Bring just a chair and hang out down at the river, Owl Creek Band, and this is once again on April 30th. I'm a picnic kind of girl. I love that, love that, love that. Now, Ange, you've got one more birthday.
I do. Luke Chastain. This is Karen's buddy, and this is called in by your grandma, Sarah Chastain. April 9th, 12 years old. Happy birthday,
Happy
Luke.
birthday. Happy birthday. And I understand Karen is one of those people who didn't have electricity all week.
Oh, no.
So it is one of those things. You put 5 kids together in a home with no electricity. I'm not seeing fun. I'm not seeing fun. This has been an unusual week. We have had to slice, dice, chop, and cover and get her done. I hope we didn't leave anybody out. We had all kinds of things happening just fast, as fast as we could do it. You got an anniversary?
I do, on April 10th, Shannon and Tina Gray. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. And if you have birthdays or anniversaries, remember to get in touch with us, and we will share that with you. I was going to read a poem today, but it's too long. I can't do it, but I want to read this to you next week. It's called If You Could See Where I Have Gone. I found this when my stepmother Julie passed away. Somebody shared this with me, and I just love it, because if you're approaching the anniversary of a loved one's passing, and you think about, we're here today. The economy has been so tough. The government is possibly going to shut their doors in many departments beginning at midnight tonight. We're paying huge prices for gas. We have all this stuff going on. If you could see where I have gone, we'll share. If you're missing a loved one, if you think about, oh, I want them to be here. I think when you hear this and you look at where they are, it's a big difference in where they are and where we are. So I want to share that with you. That's something that after Daddy passed away, I got the copy of that I had given him. He hung on his wall. But it will, I think, make you feel a little better about them being away from you. Now, have you got a bucket over there you need to draw?
I do.
Let's see.
Oops. We don't cheat, y'all.
No. All right, and the cake, I'm not sure this today because the place that was doing it is out of business. We'll have to swap with somebody. Wileen Payne, 90 years old. Happy 90 years young, excuse me. As I approach those days, 90 years young.
Looks younger every day.
April the 9th from Laureen Nelson. There you go. Happy birthday to you, and she is our winner today. I hope every single one of you has a winning combination for a great weekend. There are so many things to do, so many things locally that you can do. Please support our local businesses. If you know a small business that is struggling, stop in and say hey and tell them thank you for being there. I know it is a time, it is survival or die time, and we are hoping for survival. Don't give up. Joel does this message, and it's when you get so close to the top, sometimes you're only many steps away, tiny steps away from making it. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. 32 years into the trucking business has been the toughest year ever, but I'm not going anywhere, so we're going to handle it. We're going to make it. I hope you will make it a very, very special weekend. Find somebody you love to hang out with and just have a good time. Spring is in the air. It's evident all over my car. We're going to do something now we never do. We never say goodbye. We will say we will be back with you Monday. Hopefully a good week is going to happen for us next week. Join us Monday through Friday only on ETC3. From North Georgia Now Today, I'm Cherie.
I'm Meredith Vieira.
Oh, my Lord, she's changed her name again. Do you know if I was going to name her again, I would name her Mercedes Lane. Because I love Mercedes so much.
I think people would give me a lot of bad jokes about that.
From North Georgia Now Today, we never say goodbye. We'll say see you later, only on ETC3.
Pray for the moon to give him light for many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, down, oh, down, oh, many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, he ran till he came to the farmer's pen. The ducks and the geese were kept therein. He said, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh, down, oh, down, oh, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh.